Good morning, whoever is watching out there. Yeah, you are welcome. So this is a new channel. My friend has been challenging me for a very long time that why don't you start something to encourage other people, through what God has done for you. But you know most how it is. I've been, deferring, delaying, and I was sort of reluctant, but deep inside me, I knew and I know God wanted me to do this. So this channel is all about encouraging people, especially those who are struggling to come out of grief. Maybe you've been grieving for a very long time and you find it difficult to come out. You just don't know how to come out. It can be very difficult and tricky, you know. I know that I experienced it once, when I grieved for my mother for almost 10 years, I think. Like, it was very long. My mother's grieving was mixed with guilt because when she passed away, I wasn't there. So deep inside, there was this, I should have been there. I should have been there. And just the loss of knowing that you'll never ever see her again. So that was different. But then I lost my husband also not long ago. But this one, God healed me in a miraculous way. That's why my friend keeps on, saying, just share with others how God healed you. And it helps. It doesn't mean that I'm an expert or I'm a psychologist or I'm just sharing my story to anyone who cares to listen out there. Because God is the ultimate healer. It's good, of course, to go to counseling, to therapy. It's very good for your soul. And and God is also a healer. So, I got married to my husband for 10 years. And before that, I was late, getting, like, I got married very late in life. And so God gave me this amazing man, amazing husband. Like, he was just a different person. He loved God so much, and like he was a role model to a lot of people. And unfortunately, we didn't have children. So you can imagine that he became my family. A family I come back home to. He became like my community I come back to. And when I go out, I come back home knowing that my best friend is at home, my family is at home, my community is there. And I lost him. Can you imagine it? That, like, and to make it worse, I wasn't working, he was working. So that was double tragedy for me, my friends. So so I'm just sharing my story to encourage you that God can heal. He's the one who healed me miraculously, and he healed me quicker than I expected, because I thought I would never heal because the loss was so grievous. But God did a miracle for me. So there is healing in Jesus, my friends. So the reason I started this channel is to encourage anyone. Like I said, I know that it's not everyone who is willing to come out of it, but there are those who are willing to come out of it. I am here to walk with you, pray with you, share with you. I'll be sharing my journey, bits and pieces of how God helped me. Not only that, but I'll be also sharing how what the Bible says about that. If we think now it's Easter month today, so imagine the disciples when they lost Jesus. how grievous it was for them. The Bible said they scattered and they went back to their businesses. And before that, imagine that they had left their families to follow Jesus. They had left their businesses. They were fishers, they left their business and followed him. And then he was gone. Can you imagine how desperate? They just didn't know where to start. Or rather, they decided to go be fishing. But in Jesus' case, it's different that he rose again. But in our case, sometimes it's not all the case someone rises again to life. So the reason why God leaves us behind or leave the one behind, there's always a reason. Look at the disciples. What happened after Jesus ascended to heaven? They did greater works for God. Something was birthed out of that. There was a reason for that. So there is always a reason why God has left you behind. And it's not fair for you as a human to think, I should kill myself. What's the purpose of living? Why must I live? But you haven't finished your part. That person who is gone, they finished their part. They did their part. Because, my friends, our days are not the same. They can never be the same. Even if we are twins, there's a verse in the Bible I like in Psalms 139. I like reading the Bible. I'm just going to share it quickly. I hope I find it quickly. It's in Psalms 139. Should be verse 16. Psalms. Okay, I found it. So I'm just going this to 16. So it says, my frame was not hidden from you when I was being formed in the secret place and intricately and curiously wrought in the depth of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. And in your book, this is the part I wanted, in your book, all the days of my life were written before they ever took shape. My days. So which means each individual's days, they are written in God's book. So it would be unfair to yourself to think just because you loved this person so dearly, you must kill yourself just because they are dead. Remember, they have finished their part. Rather, come to God and grieve in Him, with Him, and let Him show you what's your path. What must you finish off? Why did you remain? There is a reason for you to remain. We are all here for a purpose, my friends. You might overlook whatever you do in life, but to God, that's very important. Everyone is here for a purpose. As long as you are not doing something evil or against God, that part you are playing is important. So don't end your life or stop living because death has happened. It doesn't mean that you forget the person or you write off the person. You never forget the person, but at the same time, you never stop living. You never stop dreaming because life must go on. You are needed in this world. That's why you remain. God doesn't keep you for nothing. So if you are there, my friend, you were left out for a reason. If you are struggling to come out, God will help you to come out. He is the best comforter. Jesus is the best comforter. He can help you out of anything. Like I said before that, I'm not an expert. I'm just telling my story. And I just want to walk with anyone who is willing to walk with me. If you're struggling to come out of grief, if you want to remain there, well, that's you. I got nothing to say. And yeah, so I will be seeing you a lot of times, and I'm also hoping that maybe God will open a door to bring in that I can also bring in other speakers, like who experience the same, and how God worked with them and how they received help, things like that. We'll see how it goes, but I'm trusting in God for everything. So God is your healer, my friend. Never lose hope. There is life for you to live. There are dreams for you to be dreamed. Don't stop dreaming. Wake up and dream again. Wake up and smell the coffee again. It doesn't mean that you're going to forget the person who passed away. They've done their part. It's a very difficult place for anybody. I know that everybody has lost someone. And also one thing also is that grief is not only limited to losing a loved one. Losing your property you've invested for years is grievous, We're also gonna delve in those things like losing your property, getting divorced, or maybe giving away your child for adoption because you can't help it. It's grievous. There's a lot of things which are grievous, my friends. But life must go on. We must start today and look forward to tomorrow in Jesus. So I'll be sharing this using biblical principles. So whoever is interested, I'll be seeing you again next time. Have a blessed day today and happy Easter.